Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his lifetime on one or two occasions missed and had to miss his prayers. Once when he and Sahaba overslept for Fajr, that was only the Fajr prayer, they had to do it later. But the most important one is when during the Battle of Ditch, the Ahzab, the trench, they, according to some narration, had to miss 4 or 5 prayers. So those 3 or 4 prayers or 5 prayers, according to different narrations, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered to be performed, and he performed himself afterwards in order. That's where you get your tartib, the order, as well as all the missed prayer that one has missed, not one. And the debt of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bigger than the debt of mankind. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on one occasion when someone asked about making up for or missed Hajj, or someone who could have done that but they haven't got the means to do it now because physically they're not able, or in another situation where there was a companion's father passed away, someone's mother passed away, and they could not perform Hajj despite having means to do so. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam then asked, had it been that if they left this world with a debt on their shoulder, you would have paid for that? He said, yes, Ya Rasulullah, I would have. So then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the debt of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has more right to be sorted out. So then from that you could understand that prayer is a debt on someone, so we ought to fulfill that. And then there is ijma of all 4 schools. All 4 schools agree on the fact that we should make up for all the missed prayers, however many they have been. And obviously, if we are not able because of certain illness or someone become comatose, then even they must do a fidya. If they leave behind certain wealth, inheritance, that must be compensated for from that money. Again, you would have to write it down. You have to make a will to do so that your heirs could do it. Or if the family is well enough and wealthy enough to support you from that on their own accord, or anyone, then inshallah ta'ala that would absolve you from accountability on the day of judgment. So it's very important that people do not take prayers lightly, as alhamdulillah most don't. When it comes to making up the old previous prayers, it becomes obviously a mammoth task because most people have 20 years, 15 years worth of prayers. But we should start performing those with a rough estimate, however cautiously they could make, with the help of some scholars or teachers. Then inshallah ta'ala, once they have calculated, they start doing it slowly, making a note somewhere that I've started performing my missed prayers that were supposed to be this many Zuhr, this many Fajr, this many Isha, this many Maghrib, this many Witr, and this many Fajr. And then every so often revisit it and say, with this new date, Alhamdulillah, I've completed that many, so I'm left with this. And year on, he would continue to move on, inshallah ta'ala. And it may take 5 years, it may take 10 years, every so often, whenever you get free time. So allocate yourself. How much would you do on average a day? You would say, I would do 6 every day, like 1 day worth of prayers to be made up every day. after Isha, after whichever prayer, or with each prayer I would do one. Alhamdulillah, you start slow and move on. Now, over the weekend, you happen to have extra time. You came to the masjid, there was 5-10 minutes. And to be honest, most of the time, the easiest way is to go to the masjid 15 minutes, 10 minutes earlier than your normal time. When you reach masjid, don't do anything other than start reading some missed prayers. So you first Dhuhr, second Dhuhr, Ya Allah, this is my first missed one. Next time do Ya Allah, this is whatever missed Dhuhr or Asr. We could do all five of the day and witr of the day. So give yourself a target. On average, every day I would do that many, and every so often when I get free time, I would make up for more. If you cannot offer your sunnah muakkada of the day, just do your dhuhr fard. You're at work and you haven't got time, so leave your nawafil. In fact, if you're really struggling, only do your faraid of the day and faraid of the missed prayers. But every so often, especially over the weekend, do your sunnah muakkada as well of that day's dhuhr. Say likewise maghrib and isha, so as not to get into bad habit of losing it and missing it out, because then it would become your habit and will be very difficult for the nafs to accept to do sunnah muakkada ever again. So you don't want to run into trouble there. So every so often, train your nerves that no, this is Saturday and this is Sunday, and I can do that. I would do this plus my Sunnah Muakkada as well. I can't be loser in all respect. Many people are going ahead of me by performing their extra nawafil, extra Sunnah, and here I am only performing my missed prayer that I've not done for many years. So yes, that's my debt, but I can't be loser on my uh, bonuses. I have to work for that as well every so often, inshallah ta'ala. So take that as a lifetime challenge and a task, a target. And let's work on that, inshallah ta'ala. Start now so that you can build up. Inshallah, may Allah give you long life. May Allah give us all enough life to be able to fulfill all our obligation before leave this world, before we leave this temporary abode, inshallah ta'ala.